All right, everybody, it is time for Cloudy with a Chance of Learning. Let me adjust my camera here real quick. I hope y'all are doing well today. It is a nice day outside. You know, it's a little humid, a little warm, but we're going to be having some drier air move in behind a cold front later on today. Actually, before we even get started with some of our photos, Joe, I'd love for some people to say hello. I'd love to say hello back, and go ahead and ask me some questions if you have any. Um, Buddy says, I'm good. How are you? Buddy, I'm doing great myself. It's a nice day outside. Flora says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Irma, hi. Monica and Ken Cannon, hello. Diane says she doesn't get Channel 5 anymore. Diane, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't forget, you can still have our app, though. If you have the KENS 5 app, you can still watch our newscasts wherever you are. All you have to do is download that KENS 5 app if you do have a smartphone that you can download it to. Ronald says, afternoon from Bandera. Good afternoon to you. This week, Correctional Officers Week, and Clarity's mom is a correctional officer, so happy Correctional Officer Week. Michelle says, hello, this is Casey from New Braunfels, 10 years old. Hello, Casey, I hope you're doing well today. Courtney says hello. I see hello, looking forward to the cooler weather. I am as well. It's not going to be too cool, but it is going to be much more pleasant outside and a little bit cooler as well. So let's talk a little bit about that weather. Wind advisory is in place for today from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. So just got started, and it's because of the stronger winds that are now moving into the region. 20-mile-per-hour sustained winds in San Antonio. Now, that's not the whole city right now. I'm looking out my window here in northwest San Antonio. I'd say we're not quite to 20 mile per hour here, but out at the airport, they are recording that. Kerrville has the same 22 mile per hour sustained winds in Fredericksburg, 21 in Hondo, 17 in Rock Springs. And as we head throughout today, these wind speeds are going to pick up. I see hello from Addison. Addison, she's one of our loyal Cloudy with a Chance of Learning viewers. I hope you're doing great today. Emily from first grade is here. Hello to Emily. I hope you're doing well today. So before I go too much further, I said we had a wind advisory in place today. What does that even mean, right? It means that our winds are going to be really strong later today. We could have winds anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. We could have gusts. That means a brief burst of wind that could go all the way up to 40 miles per hour. So that 25 to 30 number, that's sustained winds. That's winds that continue to go. It's just constant. Like let's say you're riding in the back seat of your parents' car. You're going down the interstate. Your speed is pretty much the same. It's not fluctuating much. But let's say you're at a stoplight and you got to speed up real quick before you come up to that next stoplight. That would be a gust movement, I guess you could say. To put it in the best terms, I guess I could say. Again, this is a learning segment that we do at KENS 5. If you're just now joining, Cloudy with a Chance of Learning. We're keeping the learning going while school is out. Every Monday through Friday, we teach a little bit of a lesson at 1 p.m. And now on Fridays, it's more Fun Time Friday. We share a lot of photos, which we got a lot to share later on. I just wanted to give a little bit of a lesson in here as well. So as we head throughout this afternoon, there's those stronger winds. You see more than 20 mile per hour sustained winds by about 3 p.m. and you notice the direction they're coming from. They're behind a cold front, so the wind is out of the north, bringing in that cooler and drier air. That will continue through 6 p.m. You'll notice as we head throughout tonight, those bright yellows start to disappear more and more. That's because our winds will be calming down. You see 13 mile per hour sustained winds by the time we get to about midnight in San Antonio, and they'll just continue to quiet down from there. The allergy report right now, mold is light, grass is light, but that's likely going to change here over these next really 24 hours because the wind is going to really kick stuff up outside. So we're probably going to see that change just a bit. I see Emily says, thank you all for doing this. No problem. We love doing this. And of course, thinking about all the kids out there who are dealing with the same thing that we're dealing with right now with the work from home. We get to keep the lessons going, and it's a lot of fun for us as well. Matthew is in the house. Matthew is another one of our loyal Cloudy with a Chance of Learning viewers. Matthew, we're getting closer to your birthday. So happy early birthday still. I know it's not your birthday just yet, but we're in your birthday month. I know you mentioned that here over the last few weeks. So let's take a look outside. Again, we're going to get to these photos here in just a second. It's a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. A beautiful look at downtown San Antonio. I don't know if y'all heard the news, but the United States Air Force Thunderbirds are going to be flying over San Antonio. Big news. We got the latest on it. The story is on our website, on kens5.com. Be sure to go check it out. That will be a great, fun family activity for sure. I see, hello, Northeast San Antonio, Live Oak, Texas. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. It is. So very appreciative of all of our teachers. We're glad that we can help maybe lighten the load for y'all while school has been kind of taken out of the classroom. We've been here trying to teach some lessons ourselves. It's not easy. Being a teacher is a really tough job. So we're all very thankful for the hard work the teachers out there in the community do. Thank you again, and thank you for all the innovation that you've been doing here, as much as a lot of people in the community have been doing as we all go through these kind of difficult times. Hi again from Casey. Hello, Casey. I hope you're doing well. Can I wash my truck tomorrow? George, the answer is yes. So that depends on where you are, actually. There's going to be a little bit of a rain chance south of San Antonio, but we're talking well south, closer towards Beeville, George West. Here in Bexar County, San Antonio, we're expected to be dry. So the answer, it's yes. You should be able to wash your truck tomorrow. If it helps you, George, I'm washing my truck today. So I hope that that helps answer your question. It should be a good day to do it. I'm waiting for some wind in Bandera. The wind is on the way, Carly. Let's see where it is compared to where you are at the moment. I think it's still just off to your north. I missed what you said. Let's see if we can run it back and see if we can get some answers for you. So it looks like there's already some wind in Bandera. It just maybe hasn't picked up right where you are. It could be just kind of missing you. So the wind will be picking up. If it hasn't picked up where you are yet, just give it about an hour or two. Remember, that wind advisory doesn't even start till 1 p.m. So some of those stronger winds are still off to our north, and they'll be moving through the region. Vicky says hello from Corpus Christi. Vicky, I went to Corpus Christi a few weeks ago. I love it down there. It's beautiful. I have a good friend that works for National Weather Service down there. We were in college together, and he actually just had a new baby to the family. So it seems like a beautiful town and a great place to have a family down there in Corpus Christi. Yes, especially special education and assistance job. Yes, so thank you to all the special education teachers as well. You know, Paula, thank you to everybody who has worked so hard during this interesting time that we're currently kind of stuck in. So I want to show what radar looks like. Again, we have a lot of blue sky out there. Actually, you know what? You know what we didn't show? When I was a kid, I loved airplanes. And we didn't show the airport. We're going to have to click on the airport, guys, so we can kind of show it off just a little bit. Maybe we'll see a plane land. Every once in a while, we get lucky and we catch a plane landing here on our sky cam. But it doesn't look like we have one coming in today. There's a little bit of a decrease in air traffic right now. So you see a lot of blue sky out there. It is beautiful. Matthew says, I saw the clouds move very fast this morning. Was the wind involved in that? Matthew, the answer is yes. We did have some strong winds in the mid to upper levels earlier on today. They're actually still going to be fairly strong. Those clouds that are thin and wispy way up high, they're moving quick, but because they're up, it may be hard to tell that they're moving so fast. So those are cirrus clouds. Remember, cirrus clouds form from ice crystals high up in the atmosphere. Those can be seen. Let me draw, guys. Give me 1 second. These are our cirrus clouds. Way up here, way up high. You can see some over here too. But then you see these little puffy clouds right here. Those are just cumulus clouds, and those are more mid-level clouds. Those aren't high up. You see those little puffy clouds. So we even get to talk a little bit about a lesson in clouds today. So, you know, just a little bit of a brief summary of what we've already talked about. So let's where the rain is. We did have a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity off to our northeast earlier on today. There's still some of that shower and thunderstorm activity. It's still well east. We have about a 10% chance for a brief shower or two today, but much of us not going to see anything in the way of rain. I want to grill burgers. How's the weather looking in Carrizo Springs? The answer is there could be a brief shower or two later today. Right now, things are looking pretty good in Carrizo Springs. So I hope that answers your questions. It's looking pretty good at the moment. But again, it is very warm right now. Temperatures are still way up there as we wait for this cold front to knock down the temperatures a little bit, really more as we head into tonight. Temperatures right now 89 in San Antonio. The temperature really did soar ahead of this frontal boundary. It's just taken a little bit, it's taken its time getting down through 75 in Fredericksburg, 77 in Kerrville, and you see 96 in Beeville and George West. It is downright hot for our neighbors down to South. Carrizo Springs currently at 86 and Eagle Pass at 90. So again, it is going to cool down a little bit tonight. Temperatures will eventually fall towards the 50s and 60s, really more 60s, but it will be a lot nicer outside tonight after that front really does put them down to the south. So with all of that being said, this is Fun Time Friday. We are supposed to be showing some of y'all's great pieces of art, and that's what we're going to jump in right now. So give me 1 second here, and I'm going to pull up our So here it is. We have a photo of a tornado from Andrew. I think we actually showed this week. And Andrew, you know what? It's so good. We got to show it again. A beautiful drawing of a tornado there. Andrew, thank you so much for sending that in to us. We have our photo from Andrew here. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. And man, you know what? That one's hard to kind of make out. I think that one is going to be the moon maybe in the sky. Andrew, that is an amazing photo. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And you know, speaking of the moon, there's a beautiful shot of the full moon by Juan. Juan, thank you so much for sending that. I can never get a good picture of the moon. That one is just so great. Matthew says, does the wind blow any light things like chairs? Matthew, that's a question. You know, with the wind advisory in place for today, that's actually in place to let you know, hey, anything that could be loose outside, you may want to tie it down or that doesn't possibly blow away. Now, we're not talking about it blowing way away, but it could get knocked over if it's light, something like a chair, your trash cans, you want to bring them closer to the house. And then also, there could be the possibility for a brief power outage here and there because these gusts can knock down branches, maybe smaller branches. We're not about anything major here, but maybe some smaller branches could get knocked down on power lines, which could cause brief periods of power outages. So be on the lookout for that later on today. Great question, Matthew. Long ago, I saw a C5 galaxy eat a small cumulus cloud. One of the most amusing memories. Huh. Interesting. That one came in from Robert. So guys, thank you for your questions. I appreciate it. Continue to send them my way, and I will answer them as we continue to go through some of these photos shared with us for Fun Time Friday. All right, so this photo was sent in by someone who chose to remain anonymous. For some of our youngers here on the Cloudy with a Chance of Learning, that just means that the person didn't give us their name. It means that they just wanted to be left nameless. So it's just someone we don't know, anonymous. It's the sun setting is what it looks like, and man, is it gorgeous. You see the cloud cover barely showing up there, the sunlight peeking through the cloud cover right before it rests onto the horizon, which is, by the way, the horizon is going to be the land that's right showing up above the sky. When someone says they're looking out over the horizon, they may be saying that when they're looking out over the ocean. That's going to be right at that line where you see the water, and then that's the edge, and then it becomes the sky. So when you're looking way out, you're looking out towards the horizon. But that was sent in by someone who chose to remain anonymous. Thank you so much for sending the photo in. Remember, we love to share your name as well. So if you want to send something in, be sure to include your name. So the next person on our list, give me 1 second, guys. I'm adjusting everything with my computer here, is Kara. Kara sent us in a great shot of the sun in the sky, and it looks like we have some more of those cirrus clouds that I was talking about. It looks like we have a high level of cirrus clouds there. Cirrus clouds make for the best sunrises and sunsets. It's just whenever they're way high up, that light can reflect up under them, and then we see a beautiful stretch of color across the sky. Kara, thank you so much for sending that in. We really do appreciate it. That is a beautiful photo of the sun way up in the sky. I see Matthew asking, is my solar system picture on here? Matthew, I believe it is. Yes, it is. And we're going to be showing that later. That's one of the later photos we're going to show. So be sure to stay tuned. I see it on here. Don't worry. It's coming up here in just a moment. We're going to get through some of these other photos first, though. Matthew, thank you so much for sending that in to us, too. We're going to get to it in a second. Jacob showing a photo of the sunset from one of the many wonderful trails, I'm sure, right here in San Antonio. You know, I love to spend time on some of these trails, too, riding my bike. I like to run them. Jacob, that is a phenomenal photo. Another sunset with a little bit of cloud cover up there. A little bit of cloud cover can just make for a stunning sunset. It really can. One of the great things you can do right now, because the weather's just been so nice, at least in the latter part of the afternoon and in the morning, whenever it's a little cooler. But man, has it been hot afternoons. I've been spending some time at some of the great parks here in San Antonio, and I've been feeling the heat outside myself. We have another photo coming in from Jacob. Wow, man. Look at the sunlight shining through the bells right there. Just a stunning view. Again, you see some cirrus clouds way up high. Jacob, thank you so much for sending those two photos in to us. Don Grigg sent us, Don Grogg, excuse me. Don Grogg sent us this photo. A great shot again. The beautiful natural places we have all across South Texas. We have just a ton of beautiful parks, state parks, local parks, and then when you head west, you got Big Bend National Park, which is another gorgeous place. So thank you so much for sending these photos in to us, guys. Remember, if you don't see your photo on here, it may just be included next week. Remember to send them in to btaylor@kens5.com. We would love to share your photos. We're not done yet, though. We've got even more shots. Check out the sunset by Jacob. Another one of the shots I'm sure that he got. It looks like maybe the same day he got some of these other photos from the greenways. A beautiful shot there of the sunset. Thank you for sending that in to us. And of course, we have Matthew. Matthew's great drawing of the solar system. You know, meteorologist Megan Massey has been doing Solar System Mondays, and I've been joining her for them. She's got a lot of passion, though, for the solar system and space and just fun, sciencey things like that. And she's been making some great graphics to show off the solar system. If you haven't seen them, we're doing Solar System Mondays every month. You can go back and find those segments on our YouTube and Facebook. Just go through the videos and you'll find the solar system ones that are on Mondays. Great job, Matthew. Yeah, you got everything nailed there. I see the sun, I see Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Looks like you got everything down there. Great job, Matthew. Thank you so much for sending that in to us. We very much appreciate it. It's a great drawing. I can tell you really took your time on it, and I love seeing that. So guys, remember, if you have any really cool drawings that you're doing at home, send them in to us. Do like Matthew does. Send them in. We'd love to share them with everybody. We really do enjoy seeing them and getting to share them with all of you. I saw that somebody said it is crazy hot outside. It sure is. Temperatures are way up there. And I'm actually going to bring this back up real quick, guys, to kind of show what we're dealing with as far as the temperatures are concerned. You see we got about 89 in San Antonio. So the temperatures have been able to really warm up a ton. And something else that's really getting us today is the dew points. The dew points are way up there too. Note the mid to upper 60s. Now, we already have some drier air in the hill country. That's typical, 51 in Fredericksburg, 54 in Rock Springs. But whenever we have the humidity in the 60s, it's getting very humid outside. And I like to say whenever we hit the 70-degree dew point mark, that's when it starts to feel a little bit more on the tropical side. So make sure that you drink plenty of water if you're going to be outside. We have a good amount of sunshine in parts of the area. I'm looking out my window in northwest San Antonio, and we started to go from more partly cloudy to mostly cloudy. Still wear that sunscreen. Remember, you can still get sunburned. Even though it's cloudy, you can still get a sunburn. It's true. So make sure you do that. Matthew says, "Ugh, my computer is buffering just as you were about to say the answer to my question." Oh, Matthew, the answer is your solar system photo is on here. And Matthew, I want to make sure you see it. So I'm going to So Matthew, there it is. And again, we really appreciate it. I was telling everybody on here that I love the way that you made sure you got all the planets. I love the attention to detail that you did with your drawing. And that's a lot of fun. And you know, we're continuing with our Solar System Mondays. This Monday, we're going to be talking about, let's see here, I think Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are our next 3 planets that we're going to be talking about. Meteorologist Megan Massey is already hard at work building some of the graphics for our next Cloudy with a Chance of Learning. That's talking about the solar system. Again, that's Monday at 1 o'clock. We're going to continue Tropical Tuesday as well. On Tuesday, we're going to talk about storm surge and some of the watches and warnings that go out during tropical systems, which are mainly for coastal areas. But we're going to talk about how storm surge can go well up a river or up a bay and cause more issues for those who may not be as close to the coast. Matthew, no problem. Thank you so much for your drawing. We love seeing those. Remember, if you're at home or you maybe have a kid at home that has been making a lot of drawings, send them in to us. We would love to share them with everybody. We love getting to share y'all's drawings. So, Matthew, thank you again. But again, it is very humid outside, and that's just going to continue here as we head throughout these next few hours. Tonight, though, we will see a lot of improvement in some of these dew points, temperatures, and it should be a lot nicer. Now, I mentioned something earlier about Texas State Parks. This is the Texas State Park forecast for Saturday. We've got a lot of great ones in the area. This is some of the ones in South Texas. We have a ton. Some of my favorites are on here. I love Enchanted Rock. Meteorologist Megan Massey and myself have been there a lot. Guadalupe River. One of the closer ones to us is Government Canyon State Natural Area. We have Pedernales Falls, or Pedernales is actually the correct way to pronounce it. That is a great spot too. Beautiful. That's right where the Pedernales River through, and it then continues its way up towards Lake Travis, which is part of the Colorado River. One that I've been wanting to check out, Devils River State Natural Area. I have heard that it is just stunning. It's one of the spots I want to check out myself. Again, if you're looking for something fun to do with the family tomorrow, maybe ask your parents. The Texas State Parks are a great place to go to. I may be going to check out one myself tomorrow. You never know. I may have a little bit of free time in the afternoon to go check one out myself. I see we thank you for this, our kiddos. I have 10 grandkiddos that enjoy this daily. No problem. We love doing this. It's a lot of fun for us. Again, we're going to continue this every day at 1 p.m. That's going to be Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Where we do these kind of fun, Cloudy with a Chance of Learning segments. So I'm going to show wind again. I showed it earlier, but again, it's the biggest story that we have going on today because our rain chances this week, they're pretty low. We don't have any rain chances higher than a 30% chance on the 7-day, and that 30% chance isn't even until Tuesday next week. So really low rain chances. over the next few days. But the big story is this wind advisory from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. You see the current wind speeds are still way up there at 20 miles per hour in San Antonio, 22 in Kerrville, 18 in San Marcos, 21 in New Braunfels, and 16 in Rock Springs, 21 in Del Rio. And you see Bay City, those winds out of the south. I want you to notice something. You can kind of see where the cold front has gone through. Excuse me. You have a lot of winds out of the north here. Notice where the wind directions are. And then you have winds in Victoria, Beeville, George West. Winds not necessarily out of the north just yet. So that's going to be where the cold front is. It's going to be kind of draped right between those two spots, kind of right through here, I'm willing to bet. And that cold front will continue south. And again, it's not going to be cooler right away. It's going to take time for the cooler and drier air to settle in. So give it some time, guys. But it will come in and it will feel a lot nicer. Matthew says, why did the classroom for Wednesday not happen? Matthew, I'm not sure. There could have been some breaking news. I was actually off Wednesday myself, but I'll see what I can find out. But Matthew, we'll make sure we goes on in the future. So, but I was actually off Wednesday myself, so I'm not sure what may have happened. That was actually Wednesdays and Thursdays are Saturdays and Sundays. What you'll learn in the working world as you all get older is that sometimes your weekend isn't always on the weekend. It's not always a Saturday and Sunday. It's sometimes your weekend is a Wednesday, Thursday. Sometimes it's a Monday, Tuesday. Sometimes it's a Tuesday and a Thursday. It gets a little complicated as you get older and get into the working world. But I'll see what I can find out there for you, Matthew. But guys, you know what? We're about to sign off here. I hope you have enjoyed our Cloudy with Learning for today. Just a heads up, Monday is still Solar System Monday. Meteorologist Megan Massey working on those graphics again for Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And then the week after, I think we're going to talk about some really cool other things in the solar system, things like comets. We're going to talk about the asteroid belt, which sits just beyond Mars. Between Mars and Jupiter, there's an asteroid belt that goes around our solar system. Pretty fascinating thing. We're going to talk about that. On Tropical Tuesday, we're going to talk about storm surge and how storm surge can impact areas, not necessarily just coast. It can sometimes go up rivers and up into bays, and it's kind of tricky stuff. We're going to talk all about that, though. And we're going to have a lot of fun talking about all sorts of other things. I'm not sure what we're talking about Wednesday and Thursday yet. I know Weather Chief Bill Taylor has been working on the schedule, but I haven't seen it just yet. So Monday, Tuesday, still Solar System Monday, still Tropical days, and then every Friday is Fun Time Friday. So send us your pictures. We want to share them with everyone. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Remember, it's going to be windy out there. Hold on to those hats, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Mother's Day is Sunday. Kids, don't forget, make drawings, find some flowers outside, bring them to your mom, tell your mom you love her, and also your grandparents too. Don't forget about those grandparents as well. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend, and we will see you again for Cloudy with a Chance of Learning next Monday. I'm on at 4 o'clock for our 4 o'clock show on Ken Spy. Be sure to tune in. We'll have the latest on that. And also for all those parents who are watching out there too, you know, there's a lot of stuff that opened today. We're going to have the latest news on some of those things with things that are now opening, how they're managing everything. We're going to have the latest on weather, 5 o'clock. Weather Chief Bill Taylor's on. He'll be on at 5, 6, and 10. Be sure to tune into that. And, of course, weather updates and news all throughout the weekend from meteorologist Megan Massey and myself. I hope you all have a wonderful Friday and weekend. We'll be back here with Cloudy with a Chance of Learning on Monday. Have a great one.